Today we are talking about imperialism in North Africa and the Suez Canal.
Hello, and welcome to today's historical news broadcast. Today we are talking about Africa, particularly the scramble for Africa. But first, we start in the 1500s when Europeans first travel along the western coast of Africa and around Africa over to India to get silks and spices, of course. Well then, 300 years later, these Europeans decide, we should just take over Africa. And so there's this mad scramble to go into Africa, take over, and take their natural resources. Okay, so let's talk about the French. The French took over most of northern Africa. They split Morocco with Spain. But then they're like, hey, check out this little tiny piece of land right here between the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. Wouldn't it be totally super awesome if that little piece of land wasn't there and we built this canal? So then, instead of going all the way around Africa to get over here to Asia, all we have to do is go through this little canal right here. That's going to save us tons and tons of time. So the French work out a deal with the Ottoman Empire, and they're going to build this canal. They're going to own half of it. The Ottoman Empire is going to own half of it, and it's going to be amazing for trade.
Okay, so they build the canal right here. And you need to know the name of it. It's called the Suez Canal. Say it with me now. Suez Canal. Suez Canal.
Okay, so check out the canal behind me. There you can see the Mediterranean Sea. That canal is run into the Red Sea. Super awesome. Well, what happens is after the canal is built, the Ottoman Empire is like, we're going to need some more money. And so the Ottoman Empire sells their portion of the canal to the British. The French are like, no, this cannot be happening. Because, you know, like the British and the French, they're kind of competing at this time. So anyways, basically what happens is in 1888, the Egyptians are like, I'm sick of these people. And so they rebel. But they're not successful. And so the British put down the rebellion, and then they just take over everything because they're the British. The British decide that they're going to rule over Egypt as a protectorate. So basically, indirect rule, the British are just going to tell Egypt what to do, and they're going to have control of trade because the canal is huge with trade. That's what it's there for. By 1911, pretty much all of North Africa was controlled by Europeans. They took tons of their natural resources. Let's talk about all the natural resources of Africa. We got gold. Haven't you seen that show where they're mining for gold in Africa? They've got timber. They've got ivory. They've got tons of stuff. Diamonds. Haven't you seen Blood Diamond? And so Africa is very sad. And the Europeans are making so much money. We're going to talk about more later. So that's all for today. See you later.